Hi there, my name is Lisa, and welcome to Realistic.Life. What is Realistic.Life? Well, for me, that's the practice of self-kindness. So that means I'm practicing meeting myself where I am in every moment of my day, knowing how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling sad or angry, overwhelmed, just allowing myself to feel how I'm feeling and just to let that feeling be for a moment. And when I allow myself to just let that be, instead of fighting it or telling myself, oh, you shouldn't be feeling that way, the world tells you you're not allowed to feel anything but happiness, that's when I can start to settle into a more natural way of just feeling more at peace, feeling happier. So today we'll practice that by meeting yourself where you are. So just going to check in, see how you're feeling. How is your body feeling today? How are you emotionally feeling? How are you mentally feeling? So just taking note of that. And so we'll practice meeting ourselves where we are. If anything that I suggest causes you pain or discomfort, you're free to stop, modify at any time. If you'd like a blanket for underneath your sits bones or a block for underneath your feet, just to give yourself a little bit more support, you're welcome to do so. So just meeting yourself where you are in this moment so that you can provide for your needs and making this as easy as possible. If you'd like to learn more about myself or self-kindness, you can find more information on my website at Realistic.Life or on my Facebook page at Realistic Life Community. So I'm glad to have you here with me, so we'll get ready to begin. So let's just start. I'm kind of making some movements. So when we move, sometimes it's a little bit easier for us to know how our body is feeling. Sometimes, like if we go to get a massage, or if we start to move, or we're doing yoga movements, maybe sometimes we don't know exactly, oh my gosh, I'm really hurting there, or I'm really feeling good today. So just making those movements. So we're going to move a little bit of energy through, and then we'll settle in for just a couple of moments of quiet time, followed by some more movements. So as we get ready, let's take an inhale, bring our shoulders up toward our ears. Exhale, letting them float down. Let's do that 2 more times as we inhale our shoulders up. Exhaling our shoulders down. 1 more time, inhaling up. Exhaling down. So this time as we inhale, we're going to clench everything. So just bring everything in, your toes, your hands, clenching everything in. Inhale. Exhale, letting it all out. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, clench. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale, clench. Exhale, release. So in doing the clenching and releasing, we're doing a couple of things. We're allowing that energy to come in, allowing it to relax, and we're also teaching ourselves how it feels when we're clenched and how it feels when we're relaxed. So as we inhale, we'll bring our shoulders, our hands up overhead toward the ceiling, stretching up. Bring your palms together as you exhale your hands through to your heart center. And bowing for a moment of self-kindness as you repeat after me. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be so full of love for myself that it naturally overflows to the world. You can gently start to bring your hands down to your thighs. And we're going to settle in just for a minute of quiet. So just finding a seat that's most comfortable for you, making sure that you are sitting in a seat that's fully supportive of you, that you don't feel like it's going to tip on you, or that you feel like you might fall over. So allowing yourself to settle in for the next moment of quiet. you'd like to enjoy a few more moments of quiet, you're welcome to remain here as long as you'd like. You can welcome to catch up with us at any time. If you're ready to start making some movements, start bringing our awareness back to our body as we start to make some small movements through our fingers or toes. Bringing awareness back to our breath. Let's start to make those movements a little bit bigger. Let's bring that right foot out in front of us. Just gently pedaling out through your foot, taking the foot in gentle circles. Remembering if anything causes you pain or discomfort, you're free to stop, free to modify. Let's take that to the other side. So our awareness is starting to come back to our breath as well. As we take a nice big stretch overhead, big inhale. Bring your palms together as we exhale our hands through the heart center. So while our palms are together here, spring them out front, but let's just rub through our palms here. So we're going to get a little bit of heat generated here. And then we're going to open up through our palms as long as it's comfortable for you. And just gently place your hands, your palms on your eyes, just taking a couple of breaths here. Maybe a yawn will come. If it does, you can just embrace it. Signal to our body that we're ready to start to slow down a little bit today or this evening. Take one more moment here, one more breath. And then we're gently going to remove our palms and gently rub them together again. Allowing the heat to help us to relax. Opening up one more time. We're just going to place some on our jaw. So we hold so much tension in our jaw. If you want, you can move around through your jaw a little bit, getting some of that energy, that tension moving around. And another yawn might come. If it does, embrace it. That natural healing energy of our body to yawn. Let's take our hands back toward the back of our neck here. So just lined up with your spinal cord here. And let's open up our hands, bring them to our shoulders. So as long as if it's more comfortable, you can cross your hands here. That might be an easier way for you to just relax, letting your shoulders relax just a little bit from the heat. And then we're going to start to just massage down through our arms, getting the energy moving through, any tension moving through. Let's take that down towards your legs. So just getting everything moving through here. Sometimes if we're having a bad day, the movement may not change what's going on, but it can help us to maybe meet ourselves more in the moment of where we are. As you continue to take your hands down towards your calves. I know for me, I tend to hold in a lot of things, emotions, thoughts. So moving helps me to allow my mind, my body to move some of those things through for me as I'm ready. Sometimes it doesn't immediately happen, but it can start to naturally just move things through for me. Just bring that up. So let's start to make these movements a little bit bigger. Let's take the right hand up overhead. We're going to stretch that arm up high and then bring the left foot out in front of you, stretching through both. Let's bring that down. Let's take it to the other side. Left hand, right foot. And bring that down. So we're going to interlock your hands out in front of you and then place your palms so they're now pressing out toward the wall in front of you. Spine goes back towards your chair as you stretch through your spine. Then let's open up through your hands. Bring your hands back as you open up through your heart, open through your chest. And gently relax your hands. Let's bring both hands over toward the right. Take a nice easy gaze over your right shoulder. Let's come back to the center and we'll take it over to the left. And we'll bring that back to the center. This time we're going to bring the right hand up overhead again and just tilt over a little bit toward the left. And gently bring that down and let's take it to the other side. And we'll gently bring that down. So this time we're going to bring both hands up overhead. As long as it's comfortable for you, bring both feet out and just stretch out long, stretch behind you, stretch your toes out in front of you. Nice big stretch, maybe a big yawn as you wiggle through your fingers and your toes. And then gently bring it down and just continue to a little bit shake out through your hands here, through your shoulders, gently through your neck. So very gentle movements. And then you can place your hands where it's most comfortable for you. Again, making sure you feel stable in your seat here. Our next exhale, we'll bring our chin down toward our chest. So just allow yourself here to take a couple of breaths before we continue to move. Let's just bring our right shoulder up toward our right ear, so stretching up through your shoulder. Gently releasing that down, we'll take it to the other side. Bringing that down so your chin is gently relaxed toward your chest. As you inhale, we'll bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. Nice, slow, gentle movements. Exhaling your chin toward your chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling your gaze toward the ceiling. Exhaling, chin toward chest. And 1 more time as we inhale. Exhale our chin down toward our chest. You're going to gently roll your right ear over toward your right shoulder. Then we're going to bring your left hand to your right shoulder. Let's gently release your hand down. We're going to roll your chin gently down toward your chest and continue to roll over toward the left. And this time we'll bring the right hand over toward the left shoulder. And we'll gently roll your chin back toward your chest. So we're going to continue to do some gentle neck rolls here as we gently roll toward the right, to the center, and to the left. We're going to do that 2 more times toward the center. So you can continue that there, or make this a little bit bigger if you want to go into some gentle neck rolls. Noticing your breath. Anytime this causes pain or discomfort, you're free to stop, free to modify. We'll do that 2 times on each side. And when you finish, just bring your chin back to resting toward your chest, enjoying a couple of breaths. Let's very gently start to bring your gaze up toward neutral. We'll bring your right ear down toward your right shoulder. We're going to bring your right shoulder up toward your right ear. Relaxing your right shoulder down. Inhaling back to neutral, and we'll exhale toward the left. Inhale as you're bringing your left shoulder up toward your right ear. Exhaling, gently bring your shoulder down and gently bring your gaze back to neutral. Let's take a gaze over your right shoulder. Back to the center, and we'll take it over to the left. Let's bring that back to the center. So one more time, we're going to interlock our hands, bring our palms out in front of us so they're pressing toward the front wall, or spine back toward our chair. Take a breath. Exhale, release, opening for your fingers and bringing both fingers back toward the back wall. So bring your shoulder blades in together as you open up through your heart center. Let's relax your hands down beside you. We're going to continue to bring the left hand up. So bring the right fingertips down toward the ground, left fingertips up toward the ceiling. And then let your shoulders soften down, your neck soften. We're going to continue to take your hand over. Bringing that back to the center and bringing that hand down. Let's take it to the other side. Stretching up, stretching down. Letting your shoulders, your neck relax as you continue to bring that hand over. And gently bringing your hand down. Let's bring both hands over to the right, your gaze over your right shoulder. Let's bring that to the center and over to the left. Let's bring that to the center. We're going to just hinge forward from our hips, so bring your torso forward. So your neck is gentle, your gaze can come down toward the ground. Just pendulum back and forth through your torso here. So starting to make these movements a little bit bigger. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can go into some torso rolls here. So 2 times on each side. Remember, if this causes pain or discomfort, you're free to stop or modify. 2 to 3 times on each side. When you've done that 2 to 3 times on each side, just come back to a natural posture, enjoying a couple of breaths. And then as you're ready, let's start to move through our legs a little bit. So we'll bring our right foot out in front of us as we pedal out through our foot here. And then we're going to press that foot, like we're pressing it into the front wall. Inhale. Exhale, let the foot come back down. We're going to do that 2 times. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time we're going to inhale, bring the foot up. Exhale it down. So that foot is a little bit off of the ground here. We're just going to open up through that left knee just a little bit. So we're going to open up through the hips here. And you gently, if it's comfortable for you, move that hip around. And then set that foot down. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale your foot up. Pedal out through your foot. All the cracking and the popping. And then press that foot into the wall here. Exhale the foot down. We'll do that 2 times. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're going to bring the toes and the foot up off the ground just a little bit. Just gently move semicircles here, or circles here. Moving through the hip a little bit. And let's bring that foot down. So we're going to set feet about as wide maybe as your chair here. Your feet pivot out just a little bit. So if you want, if it's comfortable for you, you can bring your hands to your inner thighs here, just very, very gently. We just want to open up through your inner thighs, your outer thighs here a little bit. Release your fingers, and we're going to walk your toes in toward each other, then your heels, your toes, heels. Bring your feet together. Let's take them out one more time. Toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. One more time in. Next time out. And bring them in. And finding a posture that's comfortable for you. So you're going to bring your right hand to your left shoulder. So we're looking for just a little bit of a stretch here. You can bring your left ear down towards your left shoulder if you'd like. Inhaling your gaze up, releasing that hand down. Let's take that to the other side. And again, if you like, you can bring your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Inhale as you bring that up, releasing that hand down. Let's do a little bit of wrist work, finger work here. So let's bring your palms up toward the ceiling. And we're going to use your left hand to gently draw down your left fingers. We're just looking for a gentle stretch here through your forearm. We're not looking for pain. So when you feel like you've come to 100%, back out of that just a little bit that causes pain. Feel free to completely stop. And gently release that. And let's take it to the other side. Just gently release that. We're going to use your left fingertips again, just gently drawing out your fingers here. So just a nice gentle stretch. And your thumb. And we're going to bring both fingers to the inside of that web part of your, in between your thumb and your pointer finger here. Just gently massage through there. And then one more time, let's bring that back to your fingers. This time spending a little bit more time rubbing through your palm and taking that down into your fingers, especially if you have arthritis. It's getting some of that movement going. So we're just giving a little bit of time toward each finger and your palm. Just take that down towards your wrist. Just nice massage here. And then let's take left hand, gently pedal the wrist back and forth. And let's take that to the other side. So just gently first pressing down on your right fingers. And then we're going to bring that and just massage first quickly, a little bit quick motions through your fingers. So just starting to get the circulation moving here through each one of your fingers. Into the inside of that web part between your thumb and your pointer finger. And then just bring that to the palm of your hand. And then continuing to massage through your fingers just a little bit longer period of time here. So just nice gentle movements here. And then we'll bring it down towards your wrist. And just pedal out through your wrist here. So nice semicircles here. And then let's shake that out. Getting all the energy moving. So we'll just do a couple of more moves here before we come to standing. So let's start by taking the right hand up one more time toward the ceiling, and then we're going to bring that left knee up. Exhale both down, left hand up, right knee up. So a little bit of a brain teaser here, bring that down. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Right hand, left knee, changing to the other side. And 1 more time on each side. Going to the other side. And releasing that down. So let's just do a little bit of eye movement here. It's so important as we're trying to find our balance. So let's bring our thumb out in front of us. You choose either one. So your gaze is going to fall gently toward your thumb. So first, let's just start by moving through our jaw a little bit. Because sometimes when we do these exercises, we can kind of stiffen up a little bit. So let's get some movement through our jaw, maybe a yawn. And what we're going to do is our eyes and our head are gently going to follow our thumb as we first take it over toward the right. So you go as slow as you need to. If this causes you to be uncomfortably dizzy, immediately stop. Bring your chin down toward your chest and take a couple of breaths. So we're going to go back slowly toward the center and then take it over toward the left. So gaze, following your thumb back toward the center. So I'm going to continue that here for 4 more times. You go at the speed that you need to. If I finish before you, I'll wait for you. And if you finish before me, you can just enjoy a couple of breaths as you bring your hand down to your side. So, and this is a good shoulder workout as well. If any time you want to stop, need to stop, you're welcome to do so. So I've done that 5 times, but if you're just finishing up, it's fine. Just take a couple of breaths here before we come to standing. And very slowly start to come to standing. So you're welcome to remove your socks if you're wearing them. If you feel more comfortable with your socks on, it's fine as long as you feel like you can remain stable without slipping as we go through some standing postures. So coming out of this just very slowly, you can gently move to the edge of your seat if you'd like and slowly start to come up. Your chin can come down toward your chest if you feel dizzy, so nice slow movements here. I'm going to just move a couple of things here, and I'm going to bring my chair over to the side so that you can better see me, and also so that I'm lined up on my mat so that my mat can be a support for me so that I'm not slipping. So as we're coming to standing here, just make some movements gently through your hips, your shoulders, so you can make some gentle neck movements, maybe yawn. So we're going to practice a little bit of standing postures, a little bit of balance here. So let's first talk about our alignment. So some people feel best when their toes are together, and some of us when our feet are about hip width apart. So just noticing that. And then we're going to gently, so we want to use your chair here as your support. So you're welcome to hold on to it at any time. If you feel like you're comfortable enough and balanced enough, you can always bring 1 or 2 hands off, but just making sure you feel secure here. We're going to rock to the heels or the balls of our feet, and then back toward our heels. So we're going to do that 2 more times to the balls of our feet, to the heels, and 1 more time. And then coming back to resting both feet on the ground. So we're going to lift the right knee up, bring it down to the left. So just pedal out here a couple of times, moving through your knees. Remembering if anything causes you pain or discomfort or feeling dizzy here, you're welcome to stop at any time. So just a couple of more times. And then we'll bring our feet back to resting on the ground. So bring our feet out to the width of our mat here. Feet are pivoted out here, toes on the edges of the mat, feet in toward the inner part of your mat. Your knees are soft here. So we're just opening up a little bit through your hips here, taking a couple of breaths so your knees can be soft. And we're going to inch your toes in to heels, toes, heels. Finding your alignment. So inhale, bring the right hand up overhead, stretching. Exhaling the hand down, inhaling to the other side. Bringing that hand down. Let's take a gaze over our right shoulder to the center and to the left. Coming back to the center. Let's start to stretch a little bit more as we take our left foot back and our right foot back. So your feet can be about hip width apart here, as long as it feels comfortable for you. If it doesn't feel comfortable, make any adjustments you'd like to make. Your hands are coming into the back of the chair here. Knees are a little bit soft. So let's bend through that right knee just a little bit so that left knee is a little bit straight, but I don't want it totally locked out here. And then let's switch that to the other side. So left knee is bent, right knee straight. And then coming back so that both knees are straight here. We're going to step back so that our knees are in alignment. Knees, heels, ankles, hips are in alignment here over each other. And as we exhale, our gaze is going to start to come down toward our toes, back behind us. Inhaling your gaze over the chair. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhaling so your knees are a little bit soft here. You're moving slowly. If you feel dizzy, stop. Bring your chin back to resting towards your chest. 1 more time. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. So we're going to step the right foot in toward the chair. That knee is over your ankle. That left foot is back here, so we get a little bit of a stretch here through our legs, to our calf. So that chair is supporting you. It's holding a lot of your weight here to give you some support. I'm going to step back with the right, bring the left foot in. I'm going to step back with that left foot, and 1 more time I'm going to step the right foot in so that left knee is soft, right knee over the ankle. So utilizing that chair with your right hand, we're going to put the left hand up toward the ceiling as long as it's comfortable for you. This is definitely a lot of balance work, using your core, gaze down toward the ground. I know you may want to keep watching me, but better protection for your neck. Gaze down in front of you as you breathe. Left hand down. Step the right foot back. Left foot forward. So using that chair again, right hand up. Bring that hand down, and this time we're going to step that right foot up towards your chair. So making a little bit of movements here. So, once you just come to the side of your chair, so turning so that your hip is to one side, we're just going to take a couple of steps forward. So we're going to practice balancing here as we move. So you can have that chair to hold on to, taking a couple steps and then turning. This is also a good walking meditation here, just to feel the ground beneath you as you're breathing, you're moving. So your awareness is coming to your body, allowing your mind to settle down. So just a couple of more times here, continuing to breathe. If you feel dizzy, you're welcome to stop at any time. And then as you're ready, let's come back to resting the back of your chair. So we're going to practice tree today as part of our balance. So you can remain here. so that you're facing the back of your chair. I'm going to turn to the side just simply so that you can see me. So we will start with your right leg. So we're going to bring the weight over toward the left. So we're going to utilize that chair here as your support, bringing the weight over toward the left. So I want both knees just a little bit soft here, so we're not locking them out. We're going to start by coming up to the ball of the right foot and pedal out through that foot here. And then bringing that back to resting. So this is a lot of balance here. If you'd like to remain here, you can. If you want to take a little bit more, maybe bring those toes up off the ground or just come to the balls of your foot here, to the very tips of your toes. Continue to breathe here. Gaze can come down toward the ground to support your neck. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, you can start to open up through your right hip. So bringing the sole of your foot into the inside of your calf here. We don't want to bring that foot to the inside of your knee here because that can start to cause your knee to go out a little bit. Weight continues to be over toward the left, utilizing that chair as you breathe. If you feel any time like you want to remove that hand, you can. So just meeting yourself where you are. So this is my practice of self-kindness. There are some days this posture is really easy for me, and other days that it's just not. So it's meeting myself where I am in the moment and being kind to myself in that moment. A couple of more breaths. Let's bring that foot down and let's move through that. So you're can remain back here behind your chair, but I'm going to move it to the other side so that we can do the other side together. So this time the weight will come over toward your right side. Both knees are soft here. Again, utilizing your chair here for support. Coming to the balls of your left foot and then pedaling out through your ankle here, moving a little bit through your hip. And then we'll bring that foot back to resting. So taking a breath here. Okay, once again, coming over to the left side. Weight over to the left. We're coming up to the balls of your right foot. So if you want to bring this up a little bit more, you can come to the very tips of your toes maybe, or lift your toes off of the ground. Again, utilizing that chair for support. If you want, then you can start to open that up, coming into a version of your tree posture. And continuing to breathe, your gaze can be down at the ground or finding a spot, something that's probably not moving, so it can help you to more easily balance. Noticing your breath. Just a couple of more moments, a couple of more breaths. And let's gently bring that down and walk that out. And I'm going to bring my chair back to the other side so I'm where you are. And then one more downward facing dog as we start to close the standing part up. Stepping back with both feet. As you exhale, your gaze down towards your toes, letting yourself just hang down here for a moment and breathe. And as you inhale, bring your gaze up over the chair and bringing your both feet forward. And I'm going to bring my seat back toward the front of the room as I find a comfortable posture. Just making sure that you feel stable once again in your seat. Let's do one hip posture here. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can just once again open up through your thighs here and just very gently press. If you'd like to follow me into pigeon, you can start to gently bring your right leg up. Now if you want, you can always use a strap to place underneath the ball of your foot to help you bring that up, or you can always use your pant leg to gently bring that ankle over to the left. We're already starting to open up through your hip here, but if you'd like to come into that a little bit further, you can start to hinge forward from your hips, and you'll start to feel that a little bit deeper in your hip. And again, your gaze can come down toward your toes as you continue to breathe here. So it took me quite a few years in pigeon before I could feel my hips finally start to release. So if you haven't felt that yet, you're normal. And my hips don't start to relax every single time that I'm in this posture. Every day, every moment's a little bit different. So let's just take one more moment here, one more breath. And very gently starting to come up. You can place one hand underneath your knee, one hand underneath your ankle here, and just gently rock that back and forth. And then slowly start to bring that foot down. And let's take it to the other side. So you might notice that one hip feels a little bit different, so making sure that that ankle is hanging over your knees. We don't want that foot jutting in. And again, probably starting to feel this hip opener already. If you'd like to come into a little bit further, hinging forward from your hips. As your gaze comes down toward the ground as you continue to breathe. So just a couple of more breaths here, a couple more moments. And on your next inhale, slowly start to come up, back to neutral. One hand cradling your ankle, one hand cradling your knee, and gently moving that back and forth. And we're going to bring both feet down to the ground here. One more time, interlocking your hands, hands out toward the front of the room, spine back toward the back of your chair. Opening up through your hands, bringing your hands back behind you, bringing your shoulder blades in toward each other. Hands can start to come in toward each other. As you open up through your heart, continuing to breathe. Allowing both shoulders to relax, your hands coming down to your side. Inhaling the right hand up toward the left. Gaze either down toward the ground out in front of you or up toward the ceiling. Exhaling that hand down. Let's take it to the other side. Again, your gaze is where it's most comfortable for you. Exhaling as you're bringing that hand down. We'll bring both hands over to the right as you gaze over your right shoulder. Bring that back to the center and take it to the left. Coming back to the center, inhaling both hands up as we stretch overhead. Exhaling as you bring your palms through to your heart center. Your hands can come to where it's most comfortable for you as we start to settle in for our resting posture, our Shavasana. So we'll be here for just a couple of minutes, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. If you'd like to remain here, you're welcome to remain here as long as you would like. Otherwise, you can start to follow my voice as we start to bring our awareness gently back to our body, as we start to make some small movements through our fingers and our toes. Bringing awareness back to our breath. The breath becoming a little deeper. And the movement's a little bigger as we stretch overhead, maybe taking a nice yawn. Bring our palms together as we exhale our hands through to heart center. I appreciate each and every one of you being here with me today. I'm grateful for your love, for your kindness. May you be kind to yourself. May you accept yourself just as you are. And may you be so full of love for yourself that it naturally overflows to the world. I bow to each of you and I say to each of you, Namaste. Thank you for being here with me today. I'd love to see you again, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If you'd like to keep up with me in Realistic.Life, you can find me on my website at Realistic.Life or my Facebook page at Realistic Life Community. Until next time, may you be kind to yourself. Thank you.